From car crash detection to the dynamic island to the A16 Bionic Chip, Apple has gone pretty big in its latest lineup of iPhones. And it is no surprise that the company claimed to have produced a chip that is generations ahead of its competitors at the Apple Event 2022. In this video, we run you through Apple Event 2022. Top 5 biggest takeaways on new iPhone 14 features. Let's get started. The lineup. Like previous years, Apple at their annual event announced their lineup for the year, in addition to other products set to hit the market soon. Apple revealed that there would be 4 new iPhones for their flagship phones: the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Plus, iPhone 14 Pro, and iPhone Pro Max. And according to Apple, the lineup is the best to have been released yet. The iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus come in 2 sizes, big and bigger. Depending on the choice, one can go for the 6.1 inches, big, or the 6.7 inches, bigger, although we suspect most will go for bigger to have more display space. But never rule the 6.1 out, as some prefer to have it cute and simple. Certainly, the iPhone 14 lineup comes with some fantastic features and, to an extent, justifies the claim by Apple that it is the best to have been produced. All 4 iPhones in the lineup have outstanding features, including the dynamic island, which we will discuss later in the video. The lineup is also said to be the first to opt for an eSIM, other than a physical SIM slot for US models. This is particularly useful when activating your service with a wireless carrier. Crash detection and emergency SOS via satellite. Over the years, Apple has shown some level of concern for its users by introducing various health features into its products. This time, they added a crash detection and emergency function in their iPhone 14 lineup. Apple revealed at the 2022 event that the crash detection and emergency SOS will help provide medical assistance and support when needed. Commenting on the features, Greg Joswick, Apple's Senior Vice President of Worldwide Marketing, said, "Groundbreaking safety capabilities bring users even more security, offering help when they need it most." The most important question, then, is how does this feature work? Apple has specific devices that help the iPhone 14 lineup detect severe car crashes. Once the detection is made, the phone automatically dials emergency services for help, mainly when the user is unconscious and unable to reach their phone. The new car crash and emergency features were built using the barometer, which can now detect cabin pressure changes, the GPS for additional input for speed changes, and the microphone, 4, which can recognize loud noises typified by severe car crashes. This could be a true lifesaver.
Thanks, Cheryl, you're a lifesaver.
The new 14 lineups will be available for orders starting from September 9, 2022, and we will provide all the latest news about their prices, where to buy, and which specific type to purchase. Kindly subscribe to this channel and be the first to get the updates. Now let's continue. Dynamic Island. In previous iPhone models and lineups, Apple used the iPhone notch to serve as a house for the camera lenses and the speaker at the top of the screen. And it is fair to say that most users were not thoroughly impressed by it. In the Apple Event 2022, Apple announced that the iPhone notch has been remodeled and upgraded into something special: Dynamic Island. The Dynamic Island will allow users to see important notifications, alerts, or activities at the top of their screen. The latest cutout is also not so imposing and thus takes little space to allow users to control with a simple tap and hold function. Background activities such as music, maps, timer, or third-party apps in iOS 16 that provide sports scores and live activities can also take advantage of Dynamic Island. It also has to be indicated that introducing the Dynamic Island will also lessen the amount of space the TrueDepth camera takes on the display screen. And this is all possible because of the new A16 Bionic Chip. More to come on that, so stay with us. Always on display. In previous iPhone models, users have to press the power button, tap on their screen or raise it to make their screen active again. But iPhone has had a rethink and said, you know what? Let's find a way to ensure there is always light. And then boom came the always-on display function. This is the first of its kind, and according to Apple, users can now have their screens dim instead of dark mode when activated. For instance, with the new always-on display function, users now have an unlimited amount of time to view new messages, unlike in previous models, where there were a few seconds to see messages before the screen went off. The good thing about this feature is that it does not consume so much battery. The always-on display feature has been designed to operate at a low refresh rate of 1 Hz, and the 1 Hz refresh rate is equal to once per second. Again, this new feature takes advantage of the new multiple coprocessors in the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max chips to refresh the display using minimal power. Do you think the always-on display is a good feature by Apple? We are curious to hear from you, so share with us in the comments section. A16 Bionic Chip. Apple's iPhone 14 lineup announcement would have been impossible without the revelation of the A16 Bionic, which according to the company, is several generations ahead of its competitors.
Catch us if you can.
A16 Bionic, mainly found in the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, lays the foundation for new features such as all-day battery life, computational photography, and the impressive dynamic island of function. According to Apple, the A16 Bionic uses an accelerated 5-core GPU with 50% more memory bandwidth, perfect for graphics-intensive games and apps, and a new 16-core neural engine capable of nearly 17 trillion operations per second. Using Apple's best-in-class fusion architecture to combine performance and energy savings, the chip delivers more performance with a fraction of the power compared to the competition. Undoubtedly, iPhone is always experimenting and introducing new items to make its users comfortable, and the Apple Event 2022 showed just that. The iPhone 14 lineup was not the only feature of the announcement. The official release of the Apple Watch series is compatible in some ways to iPhone 14. To learn more about the Apple Watch, take a look at our video, 3 reasons to consider Apple Watch Series 8 price. Do you really need it? I hope you enjoyed this video. See you another time.